And welcome everyone once again to IOR. We are finally back after a long break. I guess it's been 3 or 4 months since the end of IOR Season 6. And today, with a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, we have been able to build the grid for the start of IOR Season 7. 12-round championship. We already did the pre-season show. If you already watched it, then you'll know most likely what we are talking about. But as you can see, 19 drivers right now. We are still waiting for the number 20 that might be coming soon, having a little connection issues. Our friend Dino Bino Bambino also heads toward this season. But well, first of all, looking into the grid, today we have a lot of new faces in IOR. We have Rishi from our friend league PSF1. We have Archips, who is I've been told is a really fast Brazilian driver. We have also Wesley Santana from our friend league ROR, racing for the first time in IOR. We have Sir Jake, also from our friend league PSF1. We have Lucas, who is a rookie driver this season, driving on the Alpine. Then we have Sphinx, who is also a rookie driver, gonna drive in the McLaren as a reefer. We have Mash, who is also from our friend league PSF1, and we have Sim Soka, who is also a rookie, same as Tisao Sports VR, who is also a rookie driver this season. Then of course we have the known faces. We have Tire Clown, has already raced here in the past. Also Bialo, I think there's no one that doesn't know Bialo, the man that's really great defending, used to cut a lot of corners in the past, but now is one of the top drivers, always getting consistent results. Canadian Neckties back in the Mercedes this time. Have Talus, the man that was fighting against our current champion Slippery Cucumber in the last rounds. We have of course the champion Slippery Cucumber, gonna try and defend that title, gonna try and go for the 4th one. We have also Equasar driving us to reserve in the Alfa Romeo. Joseph Vesely, the surprise of last season, finishing in P3 on the standings. Acid Master reserving for McLaren today, coming back to the league as well. Black Bala, very consistent driver, we all know. Did a great job as a rookie last season. Standing Crib also reserving on the Haas today. And well, I think I've gone through all the grid already. And well, if Dino Bino Bambino is able to join, then we'll be 20 drivers on this Bahrain GP. Let's go with the first driver, or one of the first drivers touching a lap. It's Tire Clown in the Williams, coming into turn 4, and he's gonna finish sector 1, and he's gonna do a 29.0 on sector 1. Now coming in down the hill into sector 2, is gonna go down into 2nd gear. Coming into the exit of the corner, there's already a yellow flag. I think that's an Alfa Romeo, not sure if that's Cucumber or Equasar. This corner is really tricky to get the braking correctly. Now getting a nice exit out of the corner into almost the end of sector 2. Where is he gonna brake? Is he gonna brake in the 50-meter board down into 5th gear, staying high on gears, going through that corner. And now the fast right-hander here up to 7th gear. And into the exit to finish his lap. And into the final corner he comes, braking also in the 50-meter board. He's staying really high on gears, this time on 4th gear. Going over the curve and into the line he comes, and it's gonna be the first time set of the session. Tired Clown goes to 29.3. First time of the day, and Thales goes now first fastest at 28.2. One of the drivers that's definitely gonna be contending for the championship. Wesley Santana goes 2nd fastest, 29.0. Now Mash improves, goes 28.7. Still 5 times slower than Thales, who's back to the Red Bull, the car which he won his championship in season 4 long ago, a year ago. Archips, the man that I've been told is a really quick guy. Now we'll see how fast is he gonna go into the first and main straight. Go P3 for Archips, or Archives, 28.8. A bit slower than Mash, just around 20 thousandths. Bialo goes 6th fastest, 29.3. It's actually really close between everyone except Thales, who has built that big gap of 28.2, 5 tenths ahead of the rest of the drivers. That's a yellow flag. That's an Aston Martin spawn in sector 2. There's gonna go let the Ferrari by of Joseph Vesely. It's the only Ferrari on track today. Joseph Vesely, the man that I'm expecting a lot from on this season. He finished P3 last season. He found a lot of pace in the last rounds, especially in Abu Dhabi. And now we will see what he can do in this brand new season with that mega pace that he has got in the last months. Equasar, meanwhile, goes second fastest in the Alpha, 28.7. But at the moment, no one, absolutely no one, is able to get into Thales times in the 28.2. Following Joseph Vesely through his lap, coming into turn 4. And coming into the end of Sector 1, and he's going to do a 28.5. I think that's a really decent Sector 1 to start. We'll have to see through the rest of the lap. Now Sphinx goes second fastest once again. Really close gap between second and till fourth place, between Sphinx, Equasar, and Mash. All of them on the 28.7. Following Joseph Vesely through his lap. Coming into the end of Sector 2 is going to go to the fast left-hander, then to the fast right-hander. What time can Joseph set here? He's going to do a 1:06.7 in Sector 2. And here comes Joseph into the line, and it's going to be a 28.7. Another driver going into the 28.7. Look at how close the gap is between Sphinx and Mash from P2 to P5. You can see which are the names to watch for on this season just from the start. Seems Soka doing a really good job in his debut race of IOR. 28.9. He's far from the leaders, yes, but still P8 is a really good place to start the season. By now we still have 10 minutes to go. Thales keeps dominating the session with a 28.2. He's still gonna have 2 more runs. And the man, the champion, Slippery Cucumber, is coming here into a final corner to start what is gonna be his first run of the session. Of course, the man that's gonna put the reference of what is the time to beat here. Can he beat Thales, which I predicted is gonna be his main championship rival this season. Coming into the main straight with our champion, is gonna go down into third gear. As always, Cucumber staying high on gears, quickly goes up into fourth gear in the exit of the corner of turn 3, takes most of the curb that he can. Now coming into turn 4, he's gonna go and take most of the curb down into fourth gear there. Quickly up into fifth gear into the exit of the corner. Sector 1 is 28.2. Well, that's 3 times faster than Joseph's time we went with some minutes ago. And well, 3 times faster than Joseph Vesely will make a conversion in Sector 1. We'll still have to watch Cucumber through the rest of the lap. If I'm not wrong, his pole position from last season was a 27.7 if I'm not wrong. Oh, but he has made a little mistake out of the exit of that corner. I think he didn't get the best exit. A little bit of laggy there, the car, I think. 16.0. I think it's not that different from Joseph's time, and he's made a mistake once again. I think he got around 3 corner exits, not really good. And now I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to defeat Thales time with those mistakes. Once again, a bad exit out of the final corner. Is he going to finish the lap? Or is he going to dive it into a pit lane? The champion comes into a line and is actually going to go P1. Even with the mistakes I noticed, P1 for Slippery Cucumber, 27.8. Mega lap there by our champion, but now here comes Thales, the main contender for the championship this season. In the main straight he goes, and also these two battled for the win last season. None of them has their teammates in the grid. Yane, who is supposed to be Cucumber's teammate, not racing. Dundee also not racing as well. So, well, we have Equasar and Rishi covering their spots, but you know that reserve drivers don't score points for constructors. So it's gonna be a battle between Cucumber and Thales in this first round. Improving 2 tenths in Sector 1 goes Thales. That's a massive improvement for just 1 sector. He is gonna be right at the back of Slippery Cucumber. He needs to do a perfect lap right now. He's gonna have 1 more run though, but the battle is gonna be on between these two. Not just through this race, but through all the season, I predict. Getting, I think, a better exit than Cucumber did last time. Also have to say Thales is our last race winner in IOR. Won the last race in Season 6 in Abu Dhabi. Now coming into the end of Sector 2, and it's gonna be a 1.16.3. It's actually not improving that much compared to last sector. I think he's gonna need a perfect final sector to get a bit closer into Slippery Cucumber. It's not looking really good right now, but still has this final corner to nail. He's nailed it good. And oh, he's invalidated in the final corner. That's really unlucky. And look at Archives, goes third fastest, just 2 tenths lower than Thales. He maybe not quite there yet, but look at the rookie as well. P3 already, and well, in his first round and not that far from the leaders. Wesley making room for the rest of the drivers. Diallo is on a terrible qualifying session for himself at the moment. Mash goes third fastest, 28.2. We have a yellow flag, I guess that is the Aston Martin. Mash also done a mega lap there, 28.2, the same 10th as Thales. And there's a spinner, Simsoka in Sector 1, and oh, that might be a bit costful because he might get disqualified by the game, but he's managing to reverse it nicely. Oh, and Dino's here, that's perfect, Dino Bambino is on the lobby, and there is Simsoka looking to carefully rejoin the track. He has to wait for the McLaren drivers to get past, and Dino Bambino will now take the remaining spot in the Ferrari, teaming alongside Joseph Besley. And we have a full grid for today, guys. That's great, and also have to say big thanks to everyone that contributed in finding the drivers, recruiting and everything related to it. It's really nice to have IOR at its best once again, with 20 drivers on the grid like it should be. And standing crib, second fastest, 28.0. That's a mega lap there by the Haas driver, just 1 tenth slower than Slippery Cucumber. And well, both of these guys are still gonna have one more run. I mean, Cucumber, Standing Crib and Thales. His time's looking really competitive right now. I think till the top 5 we could say it's really good now. Canadian Necktie goes 6th fastest. He was saying he wasn't really sure he would get the pace, but today he's demonstrated actually to have really good pace at 28.5. Equasar goes 6th fastest, 28.4. And now someone else has to prove. I think that Sphinx goes 6th fastest. As you can see, the grid is really close. And there goes Dino Bambino taking the Ferrari in the last spot for this race. He's still gonna have time for one more run at least. And well, we'll see what our dinosaur, our Yoshi as we know him, can do on this race after a long time. Well, in Hungary last season didn't end really well for him. Now reserving for the Ferrari. Also have to say this guy is our head steward for the season. So I'm expecting a really good job from him. It's always nice to see Dino on track. Maybe if he even if he doesn't have the pace to fight for the lead, it's always nice to have Dino Bambino racing with us. A guy that I think, well, I appreciate a lot, and I think a lot of people in the league appreciate him as well. Coming out of the pit lane now on the Ferrari. Most drivers on the pit lane right now of the top places, the top 5 in the pit lane, still waiting to go out for that final run. Sphinx is also coming into the pit lane. Dino Bambino is going to have free road. Joseph Vesely got the motor down into P9 and is coming in the pit lane. And yeah, you can see from P1 to P14, absolutely everyone is in the pit lane. Tire Clown is on an out lap. Diallo is currently on a lap. We are going to go on board with him on the Mercedes. Gonna break in the 50-meter board down into 4th gear. And it's gonna go all the way by the outside, down into 4th gear. And well, he needs a really good lap because, well, it's not good to see Bialo down in P16. He still has, I think this is gonna be his final chance, but we'll see what lap can he do. Coming into the final corner, taking a bit of the curve there, and into a line he goes, and it's gonna be P14 for Bialo. Well, if this is not P16, he could improve a bit, but that's gonna be his last run, unfortunately for him. Some drivers already on their outlap. Archives is coming into sector 2 into the tricky braking point, making a little bit of a slide there. Still has to warm up those tires. Standing Crib on an outlap as well. Thales is still in the pit lane, same as Slippery Cucumber. Actually, what is Slippery Cucumber doing? He's cutting track there. So, well, he shouldn't be doing that, but, well, he's already done it out of the exit of the pit lane. And, well, I think he didn't bother anyone, so... And Thales also on an outlap, as we could see. Archives has... No, he hasn't started his lap yet. Archives comes into the final corner. We have a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's just a car going slow to let other drivers on a lap go. So here comes Archives into the main straight. We are going to go on board with the man that's currently sitting on P5 with a bit more than 1 minute to go to the end of this qualifying session. Into turn 1, 4th gear for Archives. I think he's gone a bit wide there, but not sure if that's his racing line, his personal racing line. Coming into turn 4, is he gonna brake in the 50-meter board a bit earlier? He's gonna take a bit of the inside curve there, getting a nice exit quickly up into 5th gear, into 6th gear now, and he's gonna stay into 6th gear. He's actually 1 tenth slower than his previous lap. Rishi has retired from the session in the pit lane, and well, it's finished on P18 for his first race in IOR in qualifying. Lucas has crashed in sector 2, and Sphinx has got a 5-second grid penalty for a collision with Lucas. Well, that's gonna demote a bit the McLaren driver here. Not sure what happened there. But following Archives into his final run, and is not improving. I think it's not gonna be a good lap for our Williams driver. Well, it's gonna be a good lap in terms of, well, it's competitive, but it's not gonna be a lap. He's not gonna win a place. He might be able to defend his place though if he... Oh no, he spun it in the final corner. And time has ended, and Thales is off as well. Thales is off and in the wall. Oh, he's crashed. I think he's a bit angry of his mistake. And Cucumber is messed up as well. Can the Standing Crib be looking for pole position today here? Maybe. Could be a little bit of a surprise pole if he actually manages to make it in the line on P1. He's not that far from Slippery Cucumber, and Slippery Cucumber and Thales have messed up their laps. Mash could also be here and having a little attempt there for P1. Standing Crib improving 76 thousandths of a second in sector 2. I think could be a pole position for Standing Crib here. We gotta see in the final corner. There he goes, and coming into a line for Standing Crib, and it's gonna be and it's not gonna be pole position. He's gonna miss it by just 20 thousandths of a second, or 15 thousandths of a second. But Mash is still here. Mash, I think, can at least defeat Thales for P3. I think Canadian Necktie actually goes third fastest, and he was talking about not having pace. And well, P3 for him, Mash in the line, and that is a P3 for him, 28.0. Thales down into P5. Sphinx on P7. Joseph Vesely in the pit on P11. And well, some of our drivers are always, main IR drivers have been demoted by some of our new guys. Joseph Vesely on P11, Bialo on P14, Dino Bambino on P20 on the grid. But this, I'm expecting to be a really good race. This is gonna be a really good race to watch. And I gotta invite Wesley because I've seen he's left the lobby. Well, actually seems I can't. But he should have an invite to join back. And yeah, he's back in the lobby. And as you can see, League is very competitive. I think we are just waiting for Dino Bino Bambino possibly to retire. It's actually the only car still running. We have 20 seconds to go. And quali will end. Well, poor position for Slippery Cucumber. Standing Crib in second, Mash in third. Canadian Necktie on P4. Thales starts on P5. And well, I gotta say that turn 1 is gonna be really exciting. Can Slippery Cucumber hold into that position? And we have a little issue here with Dino Bino Bambino, so if he can hear me, I'll need him to retard the car. And well, we can keep going on, and you can see the grid once again. Well, Dino Bambino had to left due to the lobby issue, so and we're getting ready to start the race. We are going to go into the formation lap. Once again, we have Slippery Cucumber starting on pole position. We have Standing Crib in second. We have Mash in third. On the fourth place, we have Canadian Necktie. I'm sorry. On P5, we have Thales. On P6, we have, I think, Archives. So it's gonna be an interesting start of the season. We are getting ready to start the race. And we are gonna go into see what the strategies are gonna be. And we come into the formation lap. Let's quickly go to the let's go into the driver strategies for this race. So tire, we have Slippery Cucumber and Standing Crib on the hards. Mash is gonna go for an attack there into turn 1, definitely on the mediums. It's not a short run, so he might have a run on the top 2. Canadian Necktie, Talus, Archives, Equosar on hards. Wesley on mediums, but he is lagged out of the lobby. Sim Soka is on mediums. Joseph Vesely, Acid Master and Sphinx are on hards. Black Bala, Bialo, Lucas on mediums. Star Clown on hards. Sao is on mediums. Rishi on mediums. Jake on mediums. And Dino Bino Bambino on mediums. But these two drivers haven't, Dino and Wesley have not been able to join back. And well, we'll see if they do during the race. We've got some comments in our YouTube commentary box, so I'm gonna quickly read that before starting the race. It's, I think, Day Malaysia saying hello, and he's saying go go Archives anti-Sao, so cheering there for his friends. We also have Equosar says whoop whoop, I get to go alongside the fastest vegetable in the world, and yes you do, mate. You are alongside the one and only Slippery Cucumber, our reigning champion, 3-time IOR champion. Dino says I have crossed the line a while ago, and yeah, well, there was a glitch. And Clint says let's go Cucumber. Well, definitely Clint has always been a Cucumber fan. Also, hopefully we'll be able to commentate alongside Clint once again sometime in the future. But for now, we gotta go into what we have in front. The race is about to start. Finally, after a long time, it's gonna be the start of IOR Season 7. It's been a long wait of 3 or 4 months, and drivers finally taking their spots in the grid to start the Bahrain Grand Prix round 1 out of 12. Who is gonna come ahead into turn 1? Acid Master has lagged out just before the race started, but he'll be able to join back. Lights coming here. And it's lights out, and IOR Season 7 has just started. Canadian Necktie has got a really good start against Mash. Here comes, and he's gonna try and get Slippery Cucumber as well. Standing Crib got a flying start there. Standing Crib leads. Mash actually takes second place. Oh, and he's got tagged. He's got tagged on someone there. And Bialo is up into P5 of the race. Bialo's got a mega start there. And yeah, there's been a bit of an accident. Talus is down into P20 of the race. A bit of a crazy start going on here. Standing Crib leads 7/10 ahead of Slippery Cucumber. Slippery Cucumber gonna be on the attack here. A bit of a move start here we have from some of these guys. Joseph Vesely falling down, and there's some drivers in the wall already. That's Black Bala, Joseph Vesely, and Sim Sokas also in the wall there. And we have a BSC. Well, that wasn't the cleanest start in the world, but well, it is what it is. We have some drivers crashed out there. We've gotta be a bit more patient. Sometimes have a beard hole safety car. Standing Crib leads. Slippery Cucumber in second place. Canadian Necktie in third. Bialo is up into fourth place. Don't know how much places has he got. 10 places. That's a massive start. Well, now that the start ended, the race is gonna be much more calm, definitely. And Slippery Cucumber completely fell asleep there on the start of the race. He is now behind Standing Crib. Standing Crib looking for what could be his first win in IOR. And well, Mash and Talus got the worst start of the front runners. I think Mash got attacked by, I'm not sure by who, but it wasn't a good start of the race. He's been attacked now by Sir Jake. But still following in the train, we have Standing Crib leading the race, 1.1 ahead of Slippery Cucumber. Slippery Cucumber doesn't seem to be really good on pace right now. Have a little battle here, I think, between Sphinx and Rishi is also at the back of Sphinx. Have Simsoka, Black Bala, Joseph Vesely in the pit lane. Unfortunate start for this three. Standing Crib, 1.1 ahead of Slippery Cucumber. Canadian Necktie at the back, and Bialo doing what he can with those medium tires. He's doing an excellent job. And I think there's a... Oh, that's Slippery Cucumber. I think that's Slippery Cucumber which made a mistake. And he's going to be overtaken by Canadian Necktie. Slippery Cucumber having showing a lot of trouble today on this race. What is happening to the champion here? Canadian Necktie's got ahead of... And, well, a lot of people have left the session there. Simsoka has left the session. Is this some lag, general lag problem? Well, I cannot invite them. Yeah, I think I can't invite them back. But well, they have or left the session or lagged out. And Rishi, I think, has left the session as well. Callis following here in P13 of the race. And is coming into the final corner and is going to get ahead of the ghosted car of Rishi. There goes Sir Jake is off. Who was the collision with? Following the battle for the lead here. Oh, and Canadian Necktie has made a mistake. Canadian Necktie spun it. Canadian Necktie spun it there. Standing Crib leads 1.9 seconds ahead of Bialo. There's been a mistake. Oh, that's Standing Crib. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That isn't Standing Crib. That's the Haas of Simsoka. Well, that's a lag problem. Standing Crib leads the race, followed by Slippery Cucumber, followed by Bialo. Then we have Ecosar in P4 of the race. We have Lucas on P5. How about yellow flag on sector? Is that a Williams? I think that's Star Clown. Well, I have Standing Crib leading the race, followed by Slippery Cucumber, who's actually started shortening up a bit. The gap there is 1.6 behind the Haas driver. Have Bialo on P3 of the race. Slippery Cucumber actually flying there on the final sector. 1.4 is the difference now with the leader, Standing Crib, who's got set now the fastest lap of the race. Lucas has to come in the pit lane to serve the drive-through. He's got a 5-second penalty, and Slippery Cucumber is being attacked by Bialo actually there. Bialo and Slippery Cucumber going side by side there into turn 3, and Bialo is actually gonna get the move done. Bialo gets the move done ahead of Slippery Cucumber, and that's P2 for the Mercedes driver. There's a Haas glitch there of Simsoka in the end of sector 1. Standing Crib leads 1.8 seconds ahead of Bialo. Bialo is looking actually to close that gap. Now he has the tire advantage though. Not sure if he has the pace though to battle against Standing Crib there for the lead of the race. We have a little yellow flag there. That's Sisao, I think, has gone round in sector 2, and he's gonna have to rejoin the track as safe as he can. Here comes Sir Jake on P12 of the race. Rishi has also disconnected. Well, if there's not a safety car, some drivers are gonna have not a really good end of this race. Standing Crib leads, followed by Bialo, followed by Slippery Cucumber. Then comes Ecosar on P4. Almost getting into the DRS train. It's actually doing a really good job. Archives is doing also a decent job, though has not been able to stick with the leaders. Spinks at the back of Archives, and Archives lights actually flashing, so Spinks might have a little look here on the Williams driver. Is gonna be on the DRS on the slipstream. Is gonna be attacking for that P5 of the race. Wesley Santana is also on this DRS train. On the medium set of tires, Canadian Necktie battling against Salas going down the inside. Canadian Necktie has got the move done, and Callis has to go down into P9 of the race, but actually Necktie does a little mistake there out of the exit of the corner. Has a bit more ERS than Callis. Callis, I think, is not going to think about an attack here. It would be too risky dive bomb here. He makes a bit of contact there with him, and oh, Canadian Necktie has gone off there. Well, the little collision there had a little bit of influence there. Standing Crib keeps leading 1.8 ahead of Slippery Cucumber, who actually got ahead of Bialo. Bialo might not have the pace, as I said, against Slippery Cucumber. And we have the battle for the win of the race. Standing Crib doing a really good job till now, holding into that lead of the race. Bialo's also been helpful, as he has given some trouble to our champion Slippery Cucumber. Going a bit into the midfield. Tire Clown down into P19 of the race. Black Bala also, no one close to him. And well, Joseph Wesley is doing his best on those medium set of tires. fresh mediums. And well, yeah, the only thing that could change here is a safety car. Could be the only thing that could save some of the guys at the back of the grid. Slippery Cucumber now fastest lap of the race, getting close to the lead once again, and this time Diallo is starting to lose DRS. And also will have trouble with Equasar, because Equasar is also on hard tires, so will definitely start working better later. Oh, and that's Wesley Santana. That's two drivers getting the move done on Archives. Archives is going to come on this lifting of Wesley. Wesley on this DRS of Sphinx. Might have a little fight back here, but the three of these guys with no ERS almost. A really clean battle between these guys for P5 of the race. The glitch has, which also brings back to memory some really crazy thing that happened in Season 2 also with a Haas, but thankfully this time it's not an issue. But Wesley goes round on his own, spins it there, and is going to rejoin the track safe as he can behind Canadian Necktie. Acid Masters at the back of Wesley Santana Tisao on P11 of the race. And look at the battle for the lead of the race. Slippery Cucumber closing now. 1.2 is the gap between Cucumber and Standing Crib, which is the great battle we're having today in this round 1 of IOR Season 7 with still more than half of the race to go. Slippery Cucumber at the back of Standing Crib is going to be a really exciting battle for this race. Slippery Cucumber, I think, has demonstrated to have better pace than Standing Crib to the first laps. We saw that when Diallo wasn't around him. He was subtracting time against him. And we have a yellow flag. I think that's Star Clown. That's Star Clown. Yes, it is him in P19 of the race. Canadian Necktie and Palace keep battling for P7 of the race. Palace is 4.5 seconds behind Archives. Archives is still battling against Sphinx for P5 of this race. Standing Crib leaves and have increased a bit the gap on Slippery Cucumber actually there. Is 1.3 now. Actually Cucumber is closing there. The gap is around 1.3, 1.4 through all these laps. Now it's 1.2. Cucumber is closing there in Sector 2 in one of the slowest parts of the track. And now it's going to come to this tricky braking point. And there goes Slippery Cucumber 1.1, and it's going to be right at the back of Standing Crib. Marsh has been able to rejoin the lobby after such a long time and will be able to retake control of his car. Standing Crib leads 9 tenths ahead of Slippery Cucumber. Oh, that's a yellow flag. That's Canadian Necktie. That's Canadian Necktie off in Sector 2 down in P10. And well, as he said, he has the pace but hasn't had the consistency. He has made a lot of mistakes, but he's still on this. He's still on the fight. He's on P10, and well, if he can keep the pace and not make many mistakes, I think he can still find a good result for this race. And at the moment, Slippery Cucumber has finally got the DRS with Standing Crib is at the back of him. And the battle is on. The battle is on here for P1 of the race for the lead. Standing Crib versus Slippery Cucumber Equasar. 1.5 of Diallo. There's also going to be battle soon for P3 of the race, because I'm afraid those medium tires are going to start dying soon. But I have to say that Diallo has done a really good job, having in mind that he started around P14 and he's fighting now at the top. He did a mega start like he always does, and well, I'm actually really happy by how this guy has improved in the last months. And well, he demonstrated that maybe he not always has the pace, maybe on qualifying, but in the race, his race graph is massive. It's absolutely insane. Oh, and there's a battle here between Sphinx and Archives. Sphinx gets the move done and is up into P5 of the race. Oh, and Sim Soka has been able to rejoin the lobby after such a long time. And well, he's gonna find a surprise that he is stuck in, well, who knows what is that, but who was that? Oh, that's Star Clown. That's Star Clown in the warning. That's Star Clown out of the race. That's Star Clown of the race. Is that gonna bring out a safety car? Yes, it is gonna bring out a safety car. And that is gonna be massive for the guys on mediums, because they can now pit for hards to the end of the race. maybe the guys on hards can pit for mediums to the end of the race as well, but they are gonna be dead by the end. So this actually benefits Bialo a lot, for example. And hopefully the ghost car there is still a ghost. Yes, it is still a ghost. It's not gonna bother anyone. Well, it's not the best of luck for Standing Creep and Slippery Cucumber. But, well, they still have the pace on Bialo. And, well, this actually brings Talus back into contention as well, and Canadian Necktie too, who were one of the guys that locked the top 5 at the start of the race. And yeah, I think Archives made the mistake there of pitting too early. He could have at least 1 lap fresher tires, and it's not going to be the case. Joseph Vesley is back in contention with this as well. He's pitted for hards. And it's also going to go to the end of the race. This race is starting to get really exciting. So is Standing Creep diving it into the pit lane or not? I think he should still, even if those tires not going to make it to the end, it's also not a good idea to stay with the hards from the start. And yes, he's coming in. Slippery Cucumber should come in as well. No, actually he's staying out. Slippery Cucumber is staying out to take the lead of the race. I'm not too sure that's the right thing to do. Dino Bambino has been disqualified from the race for parking in a dangerous location. What is that? What is that? Rishi has been disqualified and Mash has been disqualified from the session as well. What is that? Well, Simsoka, I don't know how he hasn't been disqualified there. Well, and actually, Cucumber, Equasaur, and Palace have all staying out. Canadian Necktie has staying out as well. Standing Crib might have the pace on this guys now, but I think he's gonna have to stop again, or maybe not. But, well, we'll see how this race ends up. I think safety car will stay out for one more lap till, well, we're still waiting for all the pack to get together. A lot of people on fresh tires, almost actually everyone on fresh tires except Cucumber, Equasaur, and Talus and Canadian Necktie in the top places. Diallo is on the fresh hard, so might have a little advantage here for the rest of the race. Though he's gonna be attacked right now by Sphinx and Archives. I have one more lap of safety car, I predict. And we get going in Bahrain, and Thales got a mega run on Ecosar there, or did he got an illegal overtake? I think he did. Maybe, I think could well be going 3 wide into turn 1. There's been a collision there. Thales is stopped, standing grip, and oh, he collides with Ecosar there. But I think they saved it at the end. I think that was a really good save there from these guys. And Thales and Slippery Cucumber are now in the lead of the race. Standing crib in P3, but that was an incident that might be investigated later. Acid Master also got a really good restart there. Standing crib at the back of Thales. Will be looking for an attack here. Not sure if he might have a little bit of wing damage for what happened there in turn 1. That was a really crazy 3 wide between Thales, Standing Crib, and FSR. Slippery Cucumber leads 7/10 ahead of Thales. Thales is going to be looking to the back of that Alfa Romeo car, and they will be battling for the lead of the race. Also, Standing Crib is going to be on the battle where he's the man that was leading this race from the start and is still on the battle for the win of this race. Sphinx has also got a terrible restart there of the safety car. And the Standing Crib attacking there, Thales down the inside, gets the loop done on the fresher tires. Is Thales gonna try and send it here to retake the place? No, he won't. What has happened here? Archives, Canadian Necktie, Lucas in the pit lane for a front wing change. Canadian Necktie is gonna go to the end of the race now. Cucumber leads 7/10 ahead of Standing Crib. Thales is on P3 of the race. Still sticking to the DRS, and actually we have 5 cars on DRS train. Bialo is also looking really strong contender. I think could well finish this race on P2. I think Standing Crib could be the winner. Bialo could finish on P2, as I was saying, or maybe even Acid Master could finish on P2. But as I said, the hards will be better than the mediums into the final laps of this race. Thales still managing to stick the DRS against Slippery Cucumber. Standing Crib is going to be attacking Cucumber really soon. He has the better tires, and he definitely has to face the battle against Cucumber today. Coming into the final corner, Slippery Cucumber gets a nice exit out of there. Also, Standing Crib, and now the DRS is going to be enabled. Standing Crib using the CRS to attack Slippery Cucumber into the main straight. He gets the fastest lap of the race. I think Slippery Cucumber is not even trying to defend this one. He's going to play the long game as he always does. He is just going to be there saving ERS. Down the inside goes Standing Crib. They leave enough space to each other. They do leave enough space to each other, and Slippery Cucumber is almost holding the lead there, but Standing Crib has the corners in his favor and also has the DRS. And that is Standing Crib up into the lead of the race, but I think Slippery Cucumber definitely has the pace to stick with him. Even on the old tires. Well, I think Standing Crib can manage to get those tires to the end of the race with really good tire management from him. Then Cucumber is going to be around 20 seconds behind when he pits. Also Thales and Ecosar. Bialo is actually losing a lot of time, but I think he's safe on P6 of the race. And Black Bala and Joseph also back into this race. Standing Crib leads the race, 7 tenths ahead of Slippery Cucumber. Slippery Cucumber at the back of him, attacking a Acid Master Stomp for Equasar there into turn 4, gets the move done before turn 4. Bialo keeps losing time and actually might be attacked by Black Bala really soon. Bialo is gonna have to play the long game now, just needs to be there, stay there to the end of the race. Palace and Cucumber still sticking to the back of Standing Crib. Actually, Standing Crib is the tree that has the worst CRS condition at the moment. And there goes Black Bala getting closer and closer to Bialo. Joseph Vesely is also getting in the mix for this as well. Actually, Joseph Vesely could be looking good for a win here, maybe? That would be a crazy stuff after what happened in lap 1 of the race. I think he might have better pace than Bialo, and it's also doesn't have to stop again, so we could be maybe in a little chance that Joseph contends for the win today. As well, Palace, Cucumber, Equasar will definitely have to stop. Black Bala, Tisao, Acid Master and Standing Crib might have to stop. Here comes Black Bala by the outside, but Bialo, we know it's one of the hardest drivers to get past in IOR, but it's actually, I think there's not much he can do, or can he? Actually, Bialo's got the DRS. Bialo's got the DRS and Sphinx is out of the race. Sphinx is out of the race, hopefully not a safety car. Oh, it is a safety car. I wanted not to be a safety car. Although he's out, and that has brought a new stop of the race, and the question is, who's gonna pit now? Who's gonna pit now for fresh tires with 13 laps to go? Well, the safety car is set on reduce, and still it's already come out 2 times, and well, 3 times if we count the BSC. And well, now Alpha is gonna have a little trouble here if they have to double stack. This is also not really convenient for Bialo and Joseph, who were in really good position with the guys ahead having to stop still. This is really good for Cucumber and Palace, and I think it's kind of the same for Standing Crib and Acid Master. It's not really going to change a lot. They will still going to have dead tires to the end, or they will still going to have to stop again. So yeah, it's not been a big change for these guys. So is Standing coming in the pit lane? Yes, he is. Is Cucumber coming in the pit lane? Definitely has to. Palace definitely in the pit lane. Acid Master's in the pit lane as well. Equasar definitely has to pit. Bialo, is he staying out? I predict he might be staying out actually. No, he's actually coming in as well. I think it's gonna be a little sprint to the line. Is someone gonna aim for softs? I have to ask. Tisao actually stays out and is gonna take the lead of the race. Joseph Vesely in the pit lane as well for what tires? Mediums. Medium tires. Arcubs, Necktie, Jake, and Lucas are back in the race. And Wesley is staying out on hard, so he's gonna be a sitting duck there. I think same as Tisao, they have not much to do. And well, Tisao leads the race now. It's gonna be really tricky for him to defend for the lead of the race. And it's gonna be an interesting battle to the line, I think, between Standing Crib, Cucumber, and Palace. I think any of those 3 could be good contenders for the win of this race. So I said the safety car wasn't really good for Joseph and Bialo. And well, we'll see how this race ends. Well, it's really complicated that Tissot will be able to defend for that lead of the race, but you never know. But yeah, Bahrain is not exactly the best track to defend. Like, the pace is much more important than track positioning around here. So if it was Hungary, it would be much more important, but it's Bahrain, one of the easiest track to overtake. I guess the easiest track to overtake is gonna be Belgium for all this lifting you get through Rouge and Radion in the Camel Straight. But yeah, Bahrain is an easy track to overtake as well. If you have the pace and the guy ahead of you, you'll for sure get past with DRS easily. And safety car is definitely going to be going out on this lap. Tissot will relaunch the race. Now 14 drivers. Oh, and what's happened to Bialo? What has happened to Bialo? Has he had a spinner there in warming up his tires, or has he got tapped? I'm not too sure about it. Well, has dropped 4 places there in safety car down into P14, last on track. Safety car is definitely going to be going out on this lap. Tissot is leading the race. He's going to restart the pack. The question is, how long is standing grip going to take to get ahead of Tissot? Is it going to be in turn 1? Is it going to be after 1 lap? Will he be able to get past Tissot? I think he will, but nothing is said till it's done, so we'll see. Or who will actually get the better restart? I think Wesley has it much more complicated with Thales because he's on the cards and they are even older. There goes Tissot through the final corner. He's gonna restart the race and has actually got a really good gap to restart it. 5 tenths through the line, and we get going on Bahrain. Tissot leads 4 tenths ahead of standing grip. There goes Thales, who once again is gonna get a really good restart like he did with Equastar last time. This time side by side with Wesley, goes down the inside, sends it and gets the move done. He's up into P4 of the race for Thales, and standing grip at the back now of Tissot. Into turn 4, sends it down the inside. That was a really good move there. Oh, they tabbed bang wheels there, and that is going to allow Slippery Cucumber to get ahead as well. Next step, Thales is also going to be going for Tissot. I think he's going to be looking to get the move done into this corner. Yes, he can. He dives it there down the inside. 3 drivers got ahead of Tissot really quickly. And Black Ballas had a little issue there. Also, Joseph Vesley, I think, has lost some places. Bialo's getting ahead of Black Balla now, and Slippery Cucumber now will be attacking standing grip for that lead of the race. Thales is also going to be in the mix, and